This is an undeniable fact. The people that control the world are trying to take you away from God because they want to control you and they want to play God right here in this life. The people that control the world do not care about the hereafter. They care about acting like gods that should be worshipped and have ultimate control right now. If you believe that, then look for a solution. You don't want them to win. If you want these people to rule over your life, then fine and let them win. Be addicted to porn and gambling and all the garbage that they provide. And I highly recommend looking into Islam because Islam provides all the solutions to every single problem that the West has right now, or that shaitan is feeding into your ear right now. There's an impact that's happening on the culture right now where everybody is driven to things like porn and murder. So their souls are really confused. So they're aching for answers. They want to have a solution to these problems. They're calling out. They're basically calling out, and they don't even realize it. Internally, please, I swear, they're begging for Islam, and they don't know it. So that's what I mean, and there's a giant spiritual awakening happening right now, and a lot of it can be attributed to Israel-Palestine.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. If you're wondering where I'm going to a nearby, it's not too far away, it's like 5-7 minutes drive, which is kind of far for some of you guys, but I live in Canada, so that's pretty normal for me. So that's what I'm going to a track and field place to run, because my friend Ali, you probably know him, I talked about it a few times. He told me that I have to go out for a run pretty much, and if I don't go out for a run, he's gonna expose me. So I don't know what that means. I don't know what he's gonna expose me about. I guess he said like I don't know. So either way, I couldn't go last night because I had to go for a family gathering. I know sounds like an excuse, but I didn't go last night, so I'm gonna stay true to my word, and I'm gonna go this morning, like right now. I'm gonna go right now. It's 7:15 a.m. in the morning. The sun is just rising up. It's gonna be wallahi, I'm so excited. Even though it's super cold in Canada, of course, I'm wearing a jacket clearly. It's getting very cold, but wallahi, it's a Sunday. There's no traffic on the road. It's so clear, wallahi. It's actually amazing. You know what? The biggest thing I'm happy about is the fact that this camera is somewhat staying up. I don't know how. Okay, never mind. So my friend Ali said that I have to run like 3 miles or something like that. I feel like I should do this more often because wallahi, it's going to be one of the most amazing things. And also, it's allowing me to reach my goal, which is to become a warrior of Allah. And I don't like just say this to just say this. I really want to become the strongest, most physical, like intense, like strongest version of myself. Because if you think about it, most men, let's just say biologically, men have this thing inside of them, which means that they have this natural fitra, you can say, where Allah like wants us to be strong by default, right? Allah wants, especially us men, because we're supposed to be the protectors of the family, because we're supposed to be protectors of our wives, of our children, of society, you know what I mean? So we have to be that physical strong person. And one thing, yes, we have to protect others. Another thing is it's just in us. Like we want to be strong. If we're not strong, we feel it in our bodies. We feel it in ourselves. We feel less of a man than we're supposed to be, and that results in being more depressed. Because how can you feel depressed when you're so strong? How can you feel depressed when you're the best version of yourself? Us Muslims, we take it at a different level, because now we're not just becoming the best just for becoming the best. We're becoming the best for the sake of Allah. We're becoming the best for the sake of Allah. We have a purpose connected to it. We want to make sure that this can help us get into the next life. And so do it for Allah and you'll see everything change. But at the end of the day, if you're a man who doesn't have this inner motivation, or like, I don't want to say motivation, but this inner drive to become the best, you need to fix that. So anyways, let's go for a run. There's no more, I can't yap anymore. Let's go. When it comes to a morning routine, it really depends on who are you trying to be. Again, I'll always mention, you can copy what I'm doing. I'm not always going for a run. In fact, I recently made a plan that I will only go on runs on the weekend, and on regular days, I just wake up, I do some Islamic habits, I prioritize seeking knowledge in Islam before I do anything that's outside of Islam, and then I jump into my work. A morning routine does not have to be super complicated like most people make it as. It has to be just super simple, something that you can do every single day. The only thing that I will say is make sure that you wake up early every single day. Don't wake up early on the weekdays and then wake up late on the weekends. Always wake up every single day at the same time, and preferably sleep at the same time every single day as well. So I'm using Strava. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna go for more rounds, so let's see. But even if you sleep late at 2 a.m., make sure you still wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. like the regular days. You still want to wake up early. This is what destroys your sleep schedule. If you sleep late and then you wake up late, it becomes a habit, and then your body gets used to it, and then you start getting comfortable. So always, if you sleep late, does not matter, you're gonna have to wake up at the same time every single day, and that's how you keep yourself consistent, and that's how you keep your body on check. I have a call with the brothers. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do this, but I'm done the call. I keep saying the call. I'm done the run, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. It feels amazing now that I've done something super hard, early in the morning. I got up, it's 8:30 right now. It feels amazing, wallahi. Like I never felt, my morning yesterday was not that good. Like I'm being completely honest, it wasn't that good. Like, I woke up, I started doing work, but then I started watching videos. Like it didn't happen to me for so long, and all of a sudden I started watching videos. Where's the plane now? I can barely see the plane. Right there. Right there. My camera can't even focus on it. At least you saw the plane. Anyways, okay, that's too close. So long since I've pushed myself. I feel like it's been so long since the last time I pushed myself was when I first started self-improvement. That was one of the biggest times where I actually pushed myself, right? And so it's been so long since that. Self-improvement, it's more of a steady step at a time. It's not, trying to improve yourself for the sake of Allah, and it's not like a sudden thing. But there are a few times in a year where you're gonna dip down and you're not gonna be pushing yourself as much, and then you just have to get out of your, and this is such cliche advice, but you just have to get out of your comfort zone. It's we've been hearing this since we were little kids. Get out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. If you don't, you're gonna stay the way you are, and nothing happens if nothing happens. We live in a world today where everything is instant gratification. Everything is instant. We just want something instantly. We want to make a successful business. We want to be rich. Okay, we need to do it in 30 days. That's not possible. Who do you know that went from 0 to 100 in just 30 days? No one. And yet and especially as Muslims, bro. As Muslims, we should not be people who prioritize instant gratification, because our reward is in Jannah. Our reward is in the Day of Judgment. So why are we chasing pleasure, instant gratification pleasure, when we know that we're not supposed to do that? Completely defeats the purpose. And that's why we need to seek knowledge in Islam. Wallahi, we're reading different random self-help books. Believe in yourself and do this and do that. No, bro. Why would you listen or take knowledge from anything else but the creator of everything you see? You see the sky in front of me? You see the world that I'm in? What kind of human is capable of making all of this? Did a human make the world? No. So if a human didn't, if there's something that's so powerful out there. If the creator of this world, the most powerful, the most knowing, the most wise, the most fair, the most merciful, why would we take knowledge from anything else? Not to mention the Prophet ﷺ. I mean, first of all, let's make a distinction. He's a prophet of Allah compared to a regular human being, and yet we prioritize the regular human being. That doesn't make any sense. We have the prophet of Allah. Do you understand? A prophet of Allah clearly chose him to be a prophet, ﷺ. And not just that, he's the last prophet. He is the imam. Imam means the leader, of all the other prophets in a way. He's the leader of the prophets. He's the imam. He leads them. Can you believe that? We have the best of mankind with his hadith, with his sunnah, how he lived his life, and we follow David Goggins. And okay, all the people are gonna be David Goggins is a good person. I know he is. I know David Goggins is an amazing person. But at the end of the day, he doesn't think like the Prophet ﷺ. He's not the Prophet ﷺ. There's already a distinction there. Even though the Prophet ﷺ did say that I am just a human, just like you. I understand. I'm not saying the Prophet ﷺ is like some like he's not a human or anything. I'm saying he's a prophet of Allah. That already comes with doing miracles with the permission of Allah. That already comes with living the best possible life because he was sent directly from Allah. Without my rant aside, I'm being late for my call. Super late. Assalamu alaikum, boys. How are you guys? Bro, I'm at a park right now. I forgot that, like I didn't forget. But yeah, give me a second. I'll be in my car. Give me a second.
And again, for the white flag that they made in Sham as described. So when Rasulullah went himself, the Quraysh, they ran away.
Imagine someone in prostration and he takes a nap, he sleeps.
Person with the flag was found in the first expedition. But what's really sad?
Honestly, if you're asking what my days are like comprised of, what's in my day, what I do, my goal is just to like do as much work as I can in the day. Now, work does not only mean YouTube work, or work does not only mean like, you know, work as you would normally think of it. Like when I think about work, it's stuff that I need to reach my full potential. Stuff that I need to do to get to my goals, inshallah. Of course, everything is by the will of Allah. One of them is the gym. I consider that work because that's my physical work that I have to do to become strong and muscular, inshallah. Another work is YouTube work. This is my main sort of work in terms of like building up my dunya. A lot of it is also schoolwork because I'm still in school. I'm still in university. I still gotta do work in order to pass the classes and stuff like that. So basically, what I do with this app is I pretty much just write down what I have to do for today. And I'm trying this new system where I'm not going for like a full-on like routine. What I'm only writing down is what I have to do. So the first thing is I'm already like late for this, but I'm gonna have to script a new video and come up with some unique video ideas. Right? I have a call at 10:15 with my boy Ali. What I will tell you is that most people will sit down to study for the entire day, and they're just not gonna study. So most people sit down to study for the entire day, but then they'll procrastinate. So like let's say they sit down for like 9 hours, but they'll only really study for like an hour maybe. Like that's most people because they study without focusing. They study without deep focus. So they're just scrolling while studying, or they're watching videos, or they're eating while studying. It's just not like, you'll never get that flow. You know what I mean? So I'd rather study for an hour, but like full focus, and let's see how much I can get done. And if I need more time, I'll add more time. As you can see, I added in reading as well right there. And yeah, that's the plan. So I'll see you in a bit. The reason why as Muslims we should have a morning routine is because we need to start our days being productive. We need to start our days in a routine where we do something every single day in the morning, so we don't just like destroy our mornings. Because what we used to do is we used to wake up, grab our phones, and start scrolling for the next 1 to 2 hours, which destroy our brain, which make us lazy, which destroys our attention span, and it makes us waste 2 hours, and now we're too lazy to do anything else for the rest of the day. That's what the majority of the people do nowadays. If you want to be successful, inshallah, by the will of Allah, if you want to gain the mercy of Allah, if you want the nusrah, the help of Allah, start your mornings with Allah. Start your mornings by being productive. Start your mornings by focusing on your main purpose. A lot of people wake up and they just focus on journaling and stuff like that. Honestly, you have to wake up and just do stuff that will help you. If you have to journal because you need to think about your thoughts or whatnot, journal. It doesn't have to be just this one-way thing. What I do, as you saw, I wake up, I take my supplements, I pray my salahs, I read Quran, at least 2 pages every single morning, and then I do my azkars, I get started on my seerah, and that's pretty much it. And on the weekends, I just go for a run. That's all I pretty much do.